Okay, so importing packages, modules, are bringing new things into our working space or our namespace. So one thing we might be curious about is what is in our current namespace. Well, there's one of the most convenient ways of doing that is to use the dir function. So if I just do dir, which we've used for, so like I can do dir to get help on say like input. So this is telling me the methods that are associated with input. If I just do dir on an empty, this returns me a list of what are the variables that are defined in my current namespace. So, and these are a bunch of kind of IPython specific things. In are our input executions. Output is a collection of our output. And for instance, I think if I go out 0, yep, key error. So what are my keys on out? We have 1 and 2. So let's see if I do out 1. That's what I got with our dir on the input function. If I do out 2, that's what we got on my dir on the current namespace. And similarly, I can do like in. That was what I executed there, and 1 is what. Anyway, so that's might be useful for you to know. So that's the dir is part of Python. Well, IPython provides some of its own statements and functions. So I can do, for instance, this who. So my interactive namespace is empty. Whose is just a more verbose version of that. So I haven't created any variable names. If I do, let's see if I do like insert cell above, I can do like name equals Brian. And now if I do whose, I've got, it tells me I have some variable named name, it's a string, and its value is Brian. Well, let's do this from Chapman BE import star. And now let's look at what's defined. So I've got, in addition to what I had before, I had my favorite functions. And if I do the who, I see that I have my favorite functions. That, if you recall, is what was defined in the behavior of my, if I get down to where I am, modules, oops. So M5 modules, class prep, Chapman BE, and if we look at my init.py, in my all, I have my favorite thing, so that's telling Python to import that when I do that from package import star, and that is exactly what we see. That's what got imported. We can get a little more descriptive stuff here. Name is that Brian string that I defined before, and then my favorite functions is a module, and this is where it's located. Well, what if I had done import Chapman BE instead? Let's just restart our kernel to clear out anything that we had. And now if I do the Chapman BE, import Chapman BE, in my namespace, I just have Chapman BE. I don't have that my favorite functions imported that I got from Chapman BE import star. And so we'll play around with this in various detail in class, but gives us the opportunity to customize how the user interacts with the package.